Hi guys, it's Joel. Just before this episode starts, just a quick message. During this episode, Brian and I discuss some upcoming movies and some movies that are already out. And we're a bit wild and all over the shop today, and we might have dropped a couple spoilers for those titles. So if you hear a movie title and you don't want to hear anything about it, please skip forward so that we don't ruin that amazing moment for you. Thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Welcome back to the Lean In podcast. My name is Ryan, and I'm joined here by my co-host and good friend,
Ryan.
Joel.
Oh.
Oh, hang on. That's not me. Is it?
Nah, that's not me. It's me. It's me, Joel, the second Ryan. We are so similar that we are the same person.
We are the same person. We should change this podcast to We Are the Same Person.
Ryan and Ryan lean in.
Ryan and Ryan lean in. We are the same person. And it's just like, it's almost like heaps of just cryptic messages that we send to people. Just like, just a whole hour of that.
I don't know if I can get behind this.
We are a hive mind. We will conquer Earth. But first, we will make a podcast.
I think Ryan is revealing a lot about his character right now.
I'm just a part of a hive mind right now.
I mean, if you do check the Facebook page, I think in the bio, Ryan put something about world destruction or world domination or something. So it all checks out.
The Lean In podcast will be the multi-conglomerate, multinational empire that will span the globe.
That's us. This episode is brought to you by an oil company from the Middle East.
Yeah. United Arab Emirates. It's not a company.
We're sponsored by a country.
We are sponsored by every government ever. We are sponsored by the New World Order.
New World, the video game, sponsored. How are you doing, man? What's up with you these days?
I'm doing all right. I've got an exam this Thursday. It's my last exam for That's what I'll be doing a lot when I'm doing it. I'll just be vomiting heaps.
When you're having what? Yeah, okay.
When I'm doing
the exam.
Yeah. When I'm having what?
What's your exam on? I bet something nerdy.
Yeah, it's super nerdy and gross, and everybody hates it. It's couples counseling.
Oh!
That's what every counselor wants to do when they're counseling a couple. But it's like, oh, all right. Like, if you just actually listen to your partner instead of just like, actually, I'm right. Like, I think the counselor. That's what I like. Listen, like we've watched heaps of recordings of couples counseling, and I always just get this image of just like, oh, what if you just actually listen to your partner? You know. Like, I wouldn't actually say that. You would never say that.
Yeah, what if you guys actually instead of acting like two arrogant, annoying people, you actually pretended to be like a union of humanity in a relationship?
Almost like a hive mind. Am I right? Or am I right?
Okay, mate. No, let's keep away from the danger.
We will span the globe.
I don't like where this is going.
Joel, how are you going?
I'm doing well, man. I finished my exams on Friday, last Friday, that date, the 5th. So yeah, I'm free as a bird, mate. I'm not locked into the institution of uni anymore like you. You're still locked there.
Yeah, all I am is just university in my head. I'm just a big building full of education.
I agree, 100%.
State sponsored. Yeah.
Yeah. When you think about it, I would rather have everyone have nothing and be poor. That would be my ideal society. Yeah,
I can see that.
not that like there's any political view or doctrine that suggests that we should all be poor, because that would be weird, right? No one.
Communist.
Uh,
Communist.
this
Are you saying
podcast
communist?
now this
Communism.
podcast is now political and has been cancelled.
Oh.
Politics.
Do you think there's a resurgence of communist thinking?
There's some interesting personalities, like influencers that are very, Hassan Abi, or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, he's the very very left wing sort of guy on Twitch, right?
Yeah,
But he's buff too.
Yeah, he gets like 30,000 concurrent viewers. Like, he'll just be and he streams like 8 hours a day.
I could not do that.
And it's not like he's he's streaming like him doing something crazy all the time. Sometimes it's just literally him just watching clips on YouTube, or like, watching political content and stuff. It's like, it's crazy. But I just watched the Linus Tech Tips just built him a PC for his stream. And they like put the the hammer and sickle Soviet Union logo on the side of it. Like, all the parts are red. They took off the feet on one side so it leans to the left.
Oh. Yeah, I'm kind of left leaning and it's just all the way. Oh mate. I have to check that out. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, the PC build's super cool. And I mean, the dude seems okay. I'm
guessing
really
it's like
subscribe.
3090 and Intel i9 or AMD Ryzen
No.
9
It's
or
got to be
something.
AMD, because remember Team Red?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Team Red. Yeah. Oh, mate.
He's got some very controversial views. That man, the Linus Tech Tips channel was like, Linus was building the PC and he was like, has the guy said anything unsavory? And the producer behind him is like, yes, have you not read the wiki?
Wait, okay. Enlighten me. Like, just really quick. And for the viewers.
I don't know if I actually know I haven't read the wiki.
Okay.
But I would assume just from his context, I would assume that because it's political commentary, he says a lot of offensive things, because if you're just gaming, you don't have a lot of opportunity to say something too controversial.
Yeah.
Here we go. Controversial remarks.
Oh, here we go. It's there's an actual subheading of controversial remarks.
Yeah, on the wiki. I'm not going to say specifics for defamation purposes, but
okay.
Claims made against a YouTuber. Hassan called them alt-right, the victim, alt-right.
Oh, yeah. I think that, yeah.
I actually think it's really funny that he owns a mansion and like has bought like gaming PCs and stuff, which you would never get in a communist society.
Yeah. Wait, he lives in a mansion.
Yeah.
And
the wiki here says he lives in a mansion valued at $2.74 million US.
What the heck?
Far
out.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways,
we're not that controversial because we are perfect at everything and we never say anything bad. Although one of our mates said that they watched the last episode, and apparently I dropped an F-bomb in that episode. I don't remember doing that.
This is only meant for 12-year-olds, Joel.
I actually opened the YouTube transcript of last episode and like Control F'd it and like looked for a swear word, and I couldn't find one in there. So either I said it like under my breath and YouTube didn't pick up the caption.
Wow.
But I don't remember saying that. So I would just for the record, I would never swear on this podcast. Although I did say shit just before.
What the heck? What
what?
Wait, can we swear
what
on this?
the?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, do we have to, when we upload this episode, am I going to have to, when Spotify asks, is this clean or explicit audio? Am I going to have to say explicit audio? Uh-oh.
Yeah. Are we going to get banned and sued, and Hassan Abi
Oh.
will come in and be like, why aren't you reading the Communist Manifesto?
And he'll call us alt-right and it'll be crazy. Like,
that'll be the day.
no, I'm well, man. I'm excited to do some more exciting things with this podcast over the summer when we've got a little bit more spare time. We're gonna shoot in person soon, guys, and it's gonna be great. So,
ooh, and I'll be sitting on your lap, right? That's because there's no other seats in your house, right?
Should we like unironically put up a profile picture for the podcast of like us like pretending we're a couple and then just uploading?
Let's get into like a proper like, you know, really like cuddly position, like and the shot is like from above. We're like little like oh, you know, just like cuddling up next to each other like little swans.
I want to recreate like a couple photo too, where like one of us is on the other's lap and we're both like looking at camera like
yeah. We can just do a whole video. I can see like heaps of slow-mo shots in there as well, like yeah.
Our love for each other is just it's crazy. It actually transcends
immense.
like real relationships. Our love.
Yeah. Even even the my current relationship with my girlfriend, we just transcend.
This man, he creates a podcast with his mate just to drop like that he has a girlfriend. Unbelievable.
Oh, by the way, I got a girlfriend.
You're reported. You're reported and deported. Okay.
Deported.
Ryan, have you got anything to share with us today? I'll let you go first because I'll let you go first.
Okay.
How about that?
I've listened to only like the first 15-20 minutes of the past podcast and realized that I just go on and about like one particular thing. So I'm just gonna go through my news story and with my little fun fact, and that'll be it. You know, I won't detail that much unless you ask. I mean, whatever.
I won't ask. Just FYI, I won't.
Okay. This is actually a fairly uplifting news story just for Australia and our natural wildlife. So 2 years ago, obviously we had the fire and, you know, drought and dust storms and all that stuff. But heaps of marshes now have actually completely recovered from all of that. So yeah, good on you, nature.
I actually love the environment.
I almost. Why did you say it so? I actually love the environment.
I actually am a fan of environmentalism.
Ooh, I can really tell from that tone, and you're very much, you know, you've got the JB Hi-Fi bag on the.
Wait, the other
camera isn't seeing that.
Wow, calling me out. I used a plastic bag. Yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
I have to get a plastic bag because there was no option to get another bag.
Bring a whole suitcase to JB Hi-Fi whenever you get stuff.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, people be like, "Can you bring like a shopping bag to go to like a Westfield?" And it's like, no, because I want to look semi cool when I go out and just carry my wallet and my keys and my phone. I don't want to walk around with a freaking like canvas shopping bag. Like ridiculous. Any more good environmental success, or is that was it?
I literally just closed the article, so
but
don't
unlucky.
even ask. But little fun fact, goosebumps are meant to ward off predators. When we get goosebumps, they're meant to ward off predators. I don't want to go too far into discussing the real world application of this principle. But I mean, that's interesting. What freaks a predator out though about goosebumps? So apparently, So small muscles attached to individual body hairs contract, which leads to their hair to stand on end, right? And apparently we inherited this from our ancestors who were just more hairy. They were just way more hairy than us right now. And so we would actually have like we'd be super bushy. We would get all of a sudden get really bushy with hair. All of it, like not like a dramatic amount, but a sizable difference. So
we were
make us
Bigfoot,
look bigger.
essentially.
We were Bigfoot walking around.
Bigfoot's real, by the way.
Is he now?
Yeah, he's real. Aliens, not real, but Bigfoot is real, 100%.
Oh,
Maybe we should do a podcast episode on mythological creatures.
Oh, let's just do a whole conspiracy theory podcast. You know, and just get really like let's set like a challenge for each other to be like let's delve as deep as we can into the conspiracy theory world, and see what comes out. We might turn out to be, you know, anti-vax and all sorts of different things, but
I will certainly not be anti-vax.
Yeah. Well,
vaccinations, boys.
We've both already had the vaccination, so I guess we love Bill Gates now. So
and I actually now have 5G connectivity as a result of my vaccination, which is great.
Yeah. Wait, which vaccine did you get?
I got the brainwashing one.
The
one.
Could I just have the brainwashing one, thanks? Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
I got
Pfizer
the one
and
that
Astra.
has fundamentally altered my body and how it works.
Fundamental.
Okay, we're joking. We are joking. All right, Ryan. I have a fun fact that is not so fun. So it kind of doesn't qualify. But do you know what? 50% of our watch time on this podcast comes from unsubscribed people.
Oh. Could they
50%.
not? Get away.
So that means
what are you doing?
That means that 50%
Get outside.
of you got
What are you doing watching us? Idiots. Stupid. I
mean, before they get outside, they should subscribe, because if you like what you're watching and you're still here,
subscribe and
please
go
subscribe.
outside.
Because if you like what you're watching and you don't want to miss an episode or other kind of content that we're going to be making on this channel, please subscribe. It helps us out, and it takes your content, right? The content that you get recommended, it's going to be us, because you subscribe to us instead of some random like Illuminati video. You're going to get us.
Yeah, you're going to be getting mind controlled by us, not Bill Gates. Okay?
I love it when Ryan talks truth.
Yes, I always speak the truth for my hive mind.
Okay, mate, calm down.
We will span the world. We will take over the new conglomerate.
And my news story is that the PlayStation 5 is still a mythical creature.
What?
Well, I mean, you can't get one.
Oh, okay.
They are. It's mythical.
A PS5 has been spotted in the wilderness.
Got to catch them all.
Like really shoddy footage and really crappy. Like, what is it with the Bigfoot sort of sightings and whatever? Like,
no, PlayStation 5. That's the top like creature to be spotted in the world.
Yeah.
But it is like crazy though that something as like console revolutionary as the PlayStation 5 is like inaccessible because of
what's the story behind that? Is that just
chip shortage? So there's like there's shortage of the parts that they use to make the PlayStation 5, but it's even exacerbated because of scalpers who just would buy 50 of the PlayStation 5 when they came out and then sell them for double their MSRP on like eBay and Facebook and.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah. Scumbags.
Dirty scalpers. Because I was like, I looked up a PlayStation 5 like just before we started recording this, and there's people on eBay Australia selling them for $1,200 when the MSRP should be like 700 or 800 Australian, something like that.
Whoa, what, $400 profit?
It's like,
Oh, and they're probably selling 10 of them at the same time. So
Yep.
it's like, yeah. Scumbags.
Disgusting. Scumbags, because like everyone is obviously trying to get their hands on one. I mean, I don't know what you would play on it. Maybe just the Miles Morales Spider-Man and Ghosts of Tokushima or whatever it's called. That's probably like the only two good games out on PlayStation 5. But that's okay.
Yeah. What other one? I haven't heard anything else.
I'll have a look. I don't think there's anything that's like. Of course, the whole appeal of the PlayStation 5 is that it's got exclusives. That's always kind of been the. Oh, there's someone selling it on eBay Australia for $1,350. Go to hell. Go to hell.
Wait, click on their profile and see if they're selling any more. Or maybe even...
I'd assume it's one listing. It doesn't say, clever.
Or maybe
doesn't say how many they've got.
Okay. Yeah, because they could just make a new account.
No, hold on. They've got 4.
Oh, what?
That is so scummy. That, like... It's the same as what we've kind of had with the PC parts, like people scalping graphics cards. Like, you can't get the 30 series graphics cards for anywhere MSRP. Like, I bought my 3090 at above MSRP because, like, no one was selling it for close to MSRP. And I hope that the prices will go down and we'll get some kind of fair market again. But, okay, so I'm looking at PlayStation 5, new and upcoming. Because I guess the whole reason you buy a PlayStation 5 is for the exclusives, because the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 don't really have any differentiation on performance. Maybe if you actually loaded up some kind of frame counter, you could tell if one of them was performing better or worse. But they're both supposed to be like, what, 4K, 120 frames per second, which is, you know... That's welcome to the PC age. No.
Yeah. We've been living in this for 30 years.
Demon's Souls.
Oh, Demon's Souls, yeah. That's the prequel to Dark Souls. So Demon's Souls was first made, and then they made Dark Souls afterwards. So, yeah. It's like a prototype, but it looks pretty good, actually.
New Horizon game. Like Zero Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
Forbidden West is the new one. New Ratchet and Clank. Whatever. Racing games. No one cares about that. Sports games. No one cares about that. Oh, the new Call of Duty that everyone is giving very mixed reviews on. Have you seen anything about that?
Vanguard?
Yeah.
Is that Vanguard? Yeah. They've got Australians in it.
Yay.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I love it when there's Australians in there. Wait, so Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be on PlayStation 5 with some certain improvements to the game.
What?
Yeah, so it says Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online are getting expanded and enhanced for PlayStation 5. So that's interesting.
What does that even mean?
Maybe you get a bit more new content. There might be a graphical like remastering of some of it.
I wonder if they might even just saying like, oh, it's going to be 4K and 120 frames with the remastered sort of thing from PS4 and Xbox One. I wonder if that's what they're going to do.
I assume that's right.
GTA 5.
It says download. It looks like you can get GTA Online for free. Doesn't say how. Just the online version. Maybe that's got something to do with if you already own Grand Theft Auto 5. You're going to get just the multiplayer free on PlayStation 5. We've also got... separately. Free. Yeah, I would assume so. New Resident Evil Village, which is out already. So that's out. The Marvel's Avengers, which I heard was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame they couldn't really bang that out. New Harry Potter game on PlayStation 5.
Oh, I've heard some good things about that.
So it's called Hogwarts Legacy. It's going to be an immersive open world RPG.
Yum,
So
yum,
that,
yum.
I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I haven't seen any of the Harry Potter movies or read the books. But I mean, that it's kind of cool to bring in like a well-established franchise to the MMO market. It's the same as I'd love to see like a actually good Lord of the Rings MMO.
Oh yeah. What did you think? Did you play Lord of the Rings online?
No,
is that
I
it?
didn't. I saw like I was looking at gameplay of it and being like, do I want this? And then I kind of need like an MMO that's less of an MMO than like other MMOs to play because I just don't have patience to like learn any mechanics or like.
Yeah, true. I feel like I can't put in what. I feel like they need like a commitment there. You know, you really need to like settle down
100%.
into it. And, yeah, pour in maybe 30 hours into it, like per week or something. It's like another job.
Yeah, that's
like,
and it's a
oh,
crazy
far
amount
out.
of time.
Yeah.
We've also got Fortnite,
Fortnite.
Far Cry 6. That looks pretty good.
Ooh, but I've heard mixed things about that.
It's interesting because I've only heard positive stuff. Has there been anything that's like, eh?
I follow this dude on YouTube called what's his name? It's Zero Productions. Have you heard of him?
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Yeah. And he was just saying it's very much just like it's almost like the Call of Duty sort of cookie bread cutter. Or well, like as in it's the same old, just in a different location, and they've switched up a few little things, but it's the same game. And so
That's kind of the thing, though. I feel like you play a game like Far Cry, like the mechanics aren't going to change that much. It's like you're going to do open world destruction and run around and shoot people, and if they add some new gadgets and weapons and whatever, yeah, cool. But I feel like at least like I played Far Cry 2. That was like so story based. I would play the Far Cry games for the story, and they've got Gus from Breaking Bad and from Mandalorian. Sorry, I can't think of his name. The actor.
Oh, what? Who plays the Mandalorian?
No. Who plays the like the New Order guy?
Oh yeah. That dude.
I can't think of his name. It's Mandalorian bad guy.
Man.
Why did I just put in Gus? Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah, he's an amazing actor. So I feel like you're gonna get a pretty cool performance as a bad guy in there, depending on what they wrote for the character and whatnot. But like, I don't know. I'd probably get a kick out of just seeing Gus in Far Cry 6.
I've watched the new Suicide Squad and the new Dune. Both really good. I really enjoyed both. I know you haven't watched Dune, so we can leave that.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Dune
episode.
until like next episode because we're gonna hang out this week and watch Dune.
Yeah.
Brian's gonna watch the new I was about to say the new Saw. He's gonna watch the original Saw movie. So that'll be an experience. I feel like recording you watching that. Okay, so yeah, the new Suicide Squad. What were your takeaways from that?
Oh mate, like I thought it was much better than the original 2016 one. And I know that it's not even a controversial opinion that I'm having right now. Everybody's pretty much on board with the same opinion. Although Katie, my girlfriend, she was watching it.
Hold on. Is this your girlfriend?
I think it's my girlfriend, Katie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My girlfriend.
Just for Ryan's ego, I needed to put that on the record.
Okay.
Continue.
Let's cut that out though.
There's no editing. Continue.
She's good.
She's good.
She's a lovely doll. And she watches this, so
yeah, yeah. I wish I was a fly on the wall when you get a text message like "I'm good."
yeah, stuff you work through. Nah. What was it? Oh yeah, and she thought that it was like she actually liked the first Suicide Squad. She thought that was a bit more gritty, or just a bit more like whatchamacallit? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Katie, you're wrong.
That's a wrong opinion.
That is wrong.
No, no. Nah, yeah, she thought that this one was the first one gory?
No, I don't remember the first one being gory at all because you don't lose. Oh, spoilers. Um, we don't. I don't think there's any deaths in that movie except that they do it. They kill a random character just to show you how the bomb implant works. I don't think we really get much gore in that. Like, we certainly don't get the gore we get in James Gunn's Suicide Squad, which is like so full on and amazing and like Deadpool-esque.
I was actually like, I'm quite desensitized, I think, to like gore. But this one felt like, there was just some parts where I was like, oh mate, like this is for real. Oh my goodness, like they put this in. I'm trying to think of.
Oh, like when oh my gosh, Peacemaker, John Cena, like shoots instead of shooting a guy, he shoots the fan, and it falls on the guy in the bath and chops his extremities off.
Extremities.
But it's fair effect. Like I don't feel like that was what you'd call like gratuitous violence. Like there was all reason for what they were doing there. Like that scene is just a competition between Idris Elba's character, which I can't think of his name.
Dead, not shot.
Yeah, not Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, Bloodsport and Peacemaker in that scene are like trying to it's a dick measuring contest. They're trying to one up each other with like cool kills and stuff. And then obviously we get the payoff a bit later about, without spoilers, about why maybe that wasn't a good idea. But yeah, it's interesting. She thought it was more gritty.
Yeah. She found the first one had. I don't think she just doesn't like gore. So
I was gonna say I feel like that would be a reason to not like the new one. And you kind of, if you don't like gore, you kind of put up a wall, and just go, whatever is good about the movie, I didn't like it because of the gore. I think you kind of got to stay a bit like separate from those things, and evaluate it as a whole. Like, just because, and I do it sometimes too. You react to a movie based on how you felt about it subjectively, whereas you kind of need to give it objective credit as well. Like I said in last episode or the episode before about Interstellar, that I subjectively did not like the film, but objectively, like, Nolan does great stuff. Like, that film's full of amazing sci-fi stuff. There's great shots. The visual effects are amazing. There's a good soundtrack. Objectively, I think you need to weigh up those things and go tick, 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 tick. All of the great objective things were there, and then you kind of, as a film critic, have your subjective take on whether it's a 6, a 7, or an 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's obviously in that a range. Objectively, it's then the subjective kind of brings that out. But I'd be interested to talk to Katie about the story, because I thought the story in the original Suicide Squad was terrible. Not even close to the great story we get in the new film.
And not even, it felt like not even a comic book thing. It just felt like an action sort of flick, and that was it. It was very much like a corporate move, but they made millions of dollars anyways.
And that's the thing, they're laughing, as much as maybe the fans didn't quite enjoy the film as much as they should have or would have if it was a better film. But yeah, look, it's still a film. It's one of the worst DC ones, I would suggest.
Yeah. But
Is it up there?
these ones sell what?
Is it as bad as Batman Superman?
Ooh, Martha.
Yeah, let's stop fighting after, like, I really enjoyed the Batman Superman fight in Batman Superman, but to have it all resolved with, like, oh my gosh, our mothers have the same name.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
I mean, you can kind of understand, like, it's like logically, but like emotionally, very flat. It didn't feel
There was no
right.
performance by either actor there. Like,
Yeah.
and they're both incredible actors. I love Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, but I don't know if there was just script or the director on the day. I just didn't feel anything in that scene.
I was completely numb in that movie. It reminded me of the
100%.
soulless universe that we're in. No.
Well, it's like, it's funny that, like, with that whole universe, that there's like bad movies like Suicide Squad, the original. There's bad movies like Batman, Superman, and then we get arguably the best DC film out is Snyder's Justice League. I would still put that above the new Suicide Squad.
I would actually. I enjoyed it, but I think maybe I have this sort of tarnished. It's still sort of like tarnished memory from before.
The Whedon cut.
Although I didn't watch that, I was aware of the press around it.
Yeah.
Maybe that was still in there. I don't know, but I felt that there were still some elements from the first. I think the script could have worked a bit better. Like I don't know what sort of suggestions. Like I've only written 2 scripts in my life.
Well, I feel like the biggest script thing with the Snyder Cut, and like one of the only things I didn't like about it, I'd give the Snyder Cut like an 8.5 out of 10. The first hour is like real boring. That would be like my only notes to give to Snyder. If I was like sat down and he was like, you as a fan, what'd you think? I'd just be like, cut the first hour.
Although it does set up some good things. Like the first part, I think the first, when the mother box is in Wonder Woman's territory, I forgot what it was called, that island, and and she's the head lady there. Oh my gosh, I'm just butchering this.
I can't think. Yeah, the famous actress plays the head.
Head poncho. I don't know.
Yeah,
and she's like, gather the legions or whatever, and then like I just like those shots of like, there's like thousands of horses and those chicks on them with the bows and arrows and like was it the Amazonians?
Yeah, the Amazonians, and like there were some great shots of like them closing the gates, like to stop Steppenwolf getting out. Like there was some great moments in that. But I like my comment about the first hour. I joke about cutting it. Like it has to.
Yeah.
It has to be there, but it could have been 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
A movie that does set up really well, I think. Critics were like, meh. They were like 50-50 about this movie, but King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, magnifique.
I haven't seen that. I need to see it. The trailer made me actually go, oh, wow, they're doing something different with the Arthur story. Wow, I'm interested. Let me, because most people who do those kind of stories are like super boring. I was someone who grew up with the Merlin TV show. So like my passion for that story is like so strong that if you don't do anything different with it, I'm just not going to watch it. Like if you've seen an original and you see a trailer for a remake, and they're just not going to do anything different or add to it, it's like, well, I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah. True. Yeah, so it hits a little hard bit of your heart there, where you're like, oh no,
100%.
Merlin, no. Merlin was a good show. That was airing on Channel 10, wasn't it? Back in the day.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
So good.
But yeah, I'll just make a quick little tidbit. If you haven't watched King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, give it a watch. I reckon it's good filmmaking, especially when they're setting up things. Maybe the payoff is maybe a bit much or a bit too little in some areas, but when he's growing up in London, or Londinium, I think it was called, there's a whole montage there, and it's the whole filmmaking technique of show don't tell, pretty much. It's not like, and Arthur, climbed the ladder in the streets. He climbed the social hierarchy in the streets and became the king that he was in the streets, or whatever. No, like the movie just was like fairly, almost half a second, 1 second, 2 second takes of just like him learning how to gather money and save up for things, and him learning to defend himself, and him learning that only through grit and trial and error that you get somewhere. And remember, these are only maybe at max 3 to 5 second like takes or shots, and you gather so much story in about, I think, only 3 minutes. It's only 3 minutes, but you bam, like, whereas other movies would carry on in that sort of setting up, or even just have a whole movie dedicated to him growing up, rather than what this movie.
So is there like little bits of montages of like him doing things, and like that's the setup?
Yeah. And it's got this cool little it's got this cool soundtrack, like sort of like hard work mentality soundtrack of just like, I think it's just heaps of breath, just kind of like I can't even freaking do it.
I don't like that, but the whole idea of what you're saying about the show don't tell is like 99% of movies shouldn't do the tell, because you can't do it well. Like, things work when, like, the tell works in certain contexts. Like, I think of like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. I'd say particularly one of the best films that did it was Transformers. Having Optimus telling the story of the fall of
like the
Cybertron. That works because, like, it kind of becomes a meme in the later movies. Like, they shouldn't have kept doing it. But it was a cool way to have a character voice something and tell you about the premise of the movie, but you haven't actually met that character on screen yet. Like, Optimus speaks about the Allspark before you ever see Optimus in the movie.
Yeah. And
which is an interesting, like...
That was with... what's his name?
Shia LaBeouf,
yeah. And he played this guy called Witwicky or something.
Yeah, Sam Witwicky.
That was a good movie, hey?
He's amazing. The first Transformers is amazing. Like, that's one of my favorite films. But then the 2 and 3 are pretty good, and then but like, Shia LaBeouf is excellent in the Transformers that he's in. Megan Fox was okay in the first one. Like, she was okay. She was
no, she was. Have you seen her recently?
No. Should I Google her right now?
Oh, it's not like she's become a drug dealer or anything, but like,
is she doing anything?
Yeah, I think she's doing some films, but she's completely changed. Like, your perception of her would be completely different after like maybe a couple of interviews that you watch. She's actually gotten a lot of like, just a lot of wisdom and very very authentic almost.
Well, I feel like she's done she probably only has that wisdom because of doing all the wrong things. You get a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
And I think typecasting, hey, because it's like if you start, and this is a tough thing for like not just female actors but all actors, if you get known for a particular thing, you get locked into that, and those are the contracts you're getting offered, and then you don't get other things. So like, someone like Megan Fox does Transformers. It's like, looking at her filmography, there's a lot of the same.
Yeah. What sort of things?
just her playing the hot chick in a film like that is
Oh yeah.
she's been typecast like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They did it again. Another friggin' Michael Bay movie where they got her to play a hot chick. But as you're saying, you're saying she's changed. Her latest movie, Till Death, is like a action hero thriller movie with her as a lead. So that's great. That's different. She's got some other action stuff. Her being a soldier in Rogue. Like it seems like maybe she's broken the mold. But a lot of people don't. Like that's just kind of how the industry works. Once you become like, I feel like it's even a disservice even more to foreign actors, or at least people who grew up in the domestic, like in America, but have like family history from other countries. Because I feel like you can easily be typecast as like the funny Indian guy, or like the action African American guy, and it's like that. It's really frustrating because you see people with like amazing range, but are getting typecast into like just the same old crap.
Yeah, like the guy, what's his name? Kamali something he's in the new Eternals.
Oh yeah. He does a lot of comedy, right?
Yeah, or Kamal. Yeah. Oh mate, he got ripped. Jeez, I'm just looking him up now.
Have you seen the Eternals? No, it's not out yet in Australia, is it?
No, it is.
Oh, is it?
I've heard. I was talking with a mate the other day, and he was like, it was shit. You know, it was crap. He honestly said that an hour in, he walked out. He was just like,
I don't believe that.
He literally did. Like, he literally was like, oh, this is dog crap. Like, I don't know. They're trying to set up these 10 characters in such a short amount of time. But they just do it in such a choppy way, he said. And he was like honestly surprised that this is a Marvel movie. That's what he said.
I don't want to undermine your friend's reputation, but he probably also didn't understand Tenet. No, but like I
didn't understand.
I don't believe that, because like I look, I don't want to throw shade on you, mate, but I actually don't believe a film can ever be so bad that you turn it off. I really actually don't.
Yeah.
Because if you're seeing it in a theater, it's not like B-grade horror that you're just like, oh gosh, skip. Like, and it's a Marvel film. Like, it's, even if you don't like a Marvel film, they're top quality productions. They spend more money and time than anybody on these things. Maybe the movie's not great, but it's not like, oh guys, man, this is. It's interesting you said about the choppy introduction of characters, which is funny because Marvel does that all the time and no one complains. Like, the original Avengers is the most glued together film I've ever seen.
Oh, definitely.
But I love it.
What do you think? Because I'm looking up Eternals now, and it's getting like pretty mixed reviews. You know, 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, 53% on Metacritic, 6.9 on IMDb.
Well, I mean, 6.9 on IMDb, pretty good.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's interesting. I will withhold judgment, obviously, until I've seen it. But I mean, I got kind of excited by the trailer, but a bit like, we'll wait and see. It didn't grab me like I'm really keen in the next couple days when Shang-Chi comes out on Disney Plus to watch that, because that movie actually made me go, oh my gosh, this is new Marvel. This is like we're getting a Asian influenced character with an amazing, like the trailer showed like this crazy like storyline and these beautiful things that you kind of only get from like Asian storytelling. These beautiful ideas of like family lineage and like sacrifice, that they do it all better than anything you'll see in the American cinema. So to see like some of that being played out in the trailer is like, oh man, I'm so keen. And then I saw the Eternals trailer and went, But I'll withhold judgment. You know, it might be good.
I'm quite excited for Homecoming. Um,
Wait, Homecoming?
like,
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Wow.
Homecoming.
Wow. Man, you can see that on
But
Disney Plus. It's up there already, Homecoming.
yeah. But I'm actually. What do you think of this new Marvel stage? Do you feel like I would feel quite as a filmmaker, and if I was tasked with like, all right, well not tasked, but just given a Marvel project, I'll be like, oh mate, okay, people are expecting high budget, high production sort of action and all sorts of stuff like that, as well as like something different. You know, how could you do something different? So I feel like heaps of the Marvel movies, you can pretty much boil them down to like what we were saying in a couple of episodes ago, like that sort of hero's journey. Every story, every Marvel movie has a hero's journey arc, and so how do you mix that up? How do you do that? Just to get because everybody's kind of expecting, okay, this is going to happen here. There's going to be some sort of thing that gets them off that familiarity there. Yeah. Like, what do you think of the new Marvel phase now?
It's interesting. I find it really interesting that there's people online talking about the fall of Marvel and that this is we've seen the best of Marvel. And I find that really hard to believe. We would never have thought that a movie like No Way Home, regardless of if there are other Spider-Man in it, a movie like that could happen. You're having two like key franchises coming together in Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, which that might have been enough for me. I might have been like, oh, this is cool. But having this like intermixing of timelines and things, that's amazing. Like that, are we saying that after Endgame, that's it? That we there's Marvel just stopped making good stuff? Is that what the? But I mean, you're totally right. I think they've got to avoid being stale with the new stuff. Clearly, we're going to see a new Avengers or a new team of people coming together. And look, that's going to happen. That's
Yeah.
You look at.
Yeah.
I love that we just pretend that these stories aren't based on comic books that like reinvent themselves slightly every year. And
yeah.
I don't know. Do they go really dark and have like another Thanos moment? I hope not for the next like at least little while. Like that story needs to be the crazy thing that we still talk about in all these shows and whatnot. So I don't know. You can't really go dark and kill some characters because it's a new phase. None of us really know these characters or really care enough that if you killed them, we'd be like, oh, whatever. Well, I guess we're getting a path convergence here, aren't we? Because this is probably, and I say probably because I doubt what I'm about to say, but
okay,
it's probably Tom Holland's last film in the MCU.
Ooh,
probably.
Do you reckon there might be a death?
No.
Oh.
I mean, contractually, are they really going to give Disney another run with the Spider-Man character? Are they going to give another film?
Are we going to get like another 3 or something? Actually, I did hear that he will be in Multiverse of Madness. I think that's...
Okay. Well, that would make sense. But, is there going to be a point where Sony goes, no, you know what? We need to further our Spider-Man universe, and we're gonna have a new Spider-Man lead, and we're gonna have, and it's like, yeah, that might happen, but also they've already backflipped on the whole. This is the last Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, and that Venom is separate. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay. So you backflipped on that, did you?
Yeah.
No spoilers, but they're backflipping on that universe not being connected to the MCU.
What?
Why?
As in, like, it will be, but like it won't be at the same time.
No, I think it just is going to. Like, it's not going to be MCU like that universe, but if they're going to allow any of these characters possibly to come across in No Way Home or Multiverse of Madness, they've kind of backflipped on the whole. This is the most separate universe that nothing will ever come out of, and all I hear, like, no spoilers, all I hear is that as soon as Venom 2 comes out in Australia, you and I need to go and see it because apparently it has spoilers ramifications for No Way Home. That's what I heard.
I wonder.
So,
like,
what does that
mean? My prediction that is that either Venom will be a villain, like the sixth villain that there's that sort of unknown thing for No Way Home, or that he'll be this sort of friend, like momentary ally. There might be some goals aligned there or something.
I can see him more being the ally because, like, the Venom movie wasn't two-dimensional. Like, he was just like, as long as Venom has something to eat, I'll be a good guy. Because bro, Eddie is a good guy. Like, he's a good guy. But you kind of then have that like thing of, well, where's the line with Venom? And that's the cool thing about that story, right? But if he came across, I don't see him just being like, oh yeah, now I will destroy everything. It's like, no, because we had Venom do the right thing in Venom. Like, Venom, if Venom was Spider-Man 3 Venom, he kind of saved the world. If Venom was Venom, like Spider-Man 3 Venom, which was so two-dimensional that it was just like, I hate Tobey Maguire. I kill him. I mean, that would
Peter
suck.
Parker.
I guess, what a weird convergence of all things we're about to have. Will No Way Home redefine the path of the next Marvel phase? Is this the movie that's going to kind of open up new doors for storytelling? Or is it just going to be like a bit like is this movie and the Doctor Strange sequel going to be kind of just like WandaVerse and be like very self-contained and like...
Yeah, like, or will they form their own universe? Because we could actually see that Scarlet Witch, that you've watched WandaVision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She can actually create an entirely new reality. Or maybe even an entirely new universe. I wonder.
I don't know if it's going to be as much as that, or is she, like, at the end of WandaVision, spoilers, we see her messing with some magical stuff she should not be messing with.
Yeah.
I feel like she's going to bring forth some... It actually makes me question a lot whether the spell Doctor Strange does in the trailer for No Way Home is the only thing that opens the multiverse. Because I don't see why she would be involved in the Doctor Strange movie if she hasn't had some hand in either opening doors that should not be opened.
Yeah.
Or she maybe in an after credits scene in No Way Home, she appears and kind of goes, I'm here to help. Like, I don't think we're going to get a solution in No Way Home. I feel like that's like the Infinity War of this storyline.
Yeah. And Multiverse of Madness does spell mum or mom in like an American sense. So I wonder, it's all about Wanda trying to become like, trying to get her kids back, pretty much, like trying to get that source of happiness that she had.
We hear their voices at the end of WandaVision, don't we?
Yeah, we hear mom,
and she like breaks concentration on her spell and is like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
WandaVision, right? So underrated.
Oh, well, actually, it did win an Emmy, didn't it?
Well, I mean, like, in terms of like
awards,
it got some awards, but like, I think people are gonna talk about WandaVision. I mean, underrated as in like fans. I feel like some people would have watched the first 2 episodes and been, it was okay, and maybe not continued because the first episode was very dry and slow. But that was only dry and slow because you didn't know what was going on, right? That show is again. It does. Everyone who's saying Marvel's dead, that show comes after Endgame. Are you calling that trash? Like,
yeah, true. I really enjoyed it too. Like the and the sense of mystery it created in me as well. Like in the first few episodes, I actually remember going down to work and on my lunch break watching WandaVision, the 40-minute, like I think there were 40-minute episodes and just enough time for my lunch break, and watching. I wouldn't listen to anybody else. I was just watching WandaVision. I was that hooked by it, and the mystery that it had there, and putting in
Beautiful story.
Yeah, putting in Quicksilver as a beautiful story as well. Like, just really heartbreaking story actually. Like,
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll just turn our focus a little bit in our last bit time we have on this episode, and we'll talk some new movies coming out, and we'll give our immediate reaction if excited or not. So,
Okay.
November 19th is the new Ghostbusters. What's your verdict?
Ghostbusters?
Yep, it's called Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's got Paul Rudd as the lead in it, and it is a like small town, like Stranger Things kind of take on the Ghostbusters universe. Like they find the car and they, like
that could work.
I'm gonna go. I'm hopeful.
Yeah. I like Paul Rudd as an actor. Like him
He's great.
in his own sort of series on Netflix, I really liked. What was it, like Living Your Best Self or something? Your Other Self. Did you see that?
No, which one's that? What's the plot of that?
It's where he gets cloned, pretty much, and the clone is like just a better version of him, and it's kind of this analogy of how we're like all of us are kind of battling our better selves and our lower selves and stuff, and
he's doing some good stuff. He's got a new thing out at the moment I want to watch too, like a very left field of those kind of movies. He's done, I'm pretty sure it's him. He's releasing a movie about him being a carer for a disabled person.
Oh.
It's like a drama.
Cool. Yeah.
And I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, it looks really sweet and like heartwarming. It's like it's his first patient he's ever taken on as a carer. And it's like this, like, I don't know, heartwarming story about helping the kid out, growing, and the kid growing, him growing as as the facilitator of that. We've also got a Resident Evil coming out at the end of this month.
Another one?
Well, it doesn't look. It's not Mila Jovovich.
Oh. Okay.
It's called Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. So it's actually a prequel.
Cool.
So it'll be
fun.
It's actually, I mean, I don't know how there are already reviews for it, seeing it's... Maybe it's not out here. It's not out here, but it's out elsewhere. But it looks like it's getting decent reviews. It's... Obviously, it'll be like based on how the Umbrella Corporation took over in that universe. So that'll be that might be good. I'm hopeful. We get Spider-Man No Way Home, of course, on December 17th, which will probably break the world. I hope it's amazing. Awesome. We're gonna go see it, Ryan. We're gonna go see it.
Yeah.
And we'll do a little review afterwards too. We'll do a little video of us going to watch it.
Yes.
I'm really excited for December 22nd, which is The Matrix 4.
What? That's this year? What?
That is this year, so it will be a HBO Max streaming movie after it releases in cinema. So I'll actually come and watch it, I reckon. I'm probably going to have to either rewatch the Matrix movies or watch some kind of summary, because the trailer was very confusing.
Yeah, it's bringing back the old cast, right? It's got Keanu Reeves and what's her name?
Her.
That chick, yeah.
That'll be dope, except that Agent Smith obviously won't appear in it. Like Hugo Weaving is not in the film, which is... I'm disappointed by that, personally. Well, he's such a fundamental part of the... also, maybe we need to double up. December 22nd, now these might not be Australian release dates, but December 22nd, Matrix 4, on the same day, The Kingsman.
Oh, that's like the prequel to Kingsman, right?
Yeah, so it's going to have... it's Ralph Fiennes, isn't it? As like it's gonna be like a World War One era of like the creation of the Kingsman and like
Oh,
what's
cool.
what's the guy's name in the original Kingsman? Like the actual Kingsman, the lead. I
It's
can't
been a
think of his
while
name.
since I've watched it. I really
Colin
like it
Firth.
though.
Colin
Yeah,
Firth.
yeah.
He is the kid in this movie, so this is like his youth.
Ooh, cool.
Um, so that's cool. We've also got coming up soon. It's unspecified release date, but the new Tomb Raider with Alicia Vikander. So it'll be Tomb Raider 2. Obviously, there'll be some title. Have you seen the first one with
I
Alicia
haven't
Vikander?
seen the first run. Was it good?
It was pretty good. I mean, there's not a lot to work with, I don't think, as a Tomb Raider. Like Tomb Raider is, I love the games, but it's not like something that. It's not a crazy revolutionary story. Like, there's not a lot to do with it. But they did. Yeah, I thought they did well.
Yeah. Oh, they've also got Tomb Raider on the Switch now. Just a little quick thing
Oh,
there. Yeah, just look that up.
I wonder how much that cost to put that on the Switch.
Oh, $30 million.
Oh, fascinating. Have you seen the new Uncharted trailer?
Oh yes, I did. I did. With
What
Tom
did you
Holland
think of the
and-
trailer?
Who's he with?
Mark
Tom
Wahlberg.
Holland. Mark Wahlberg. Look,
I haven't played the game, so I don't really have an opinion on how any of that works.
oh, who played? Oh, Trummy loved it. Hey, Trummy loves like Andrew Trum loves the.
We might have to bring our mate Trummy to watch Uncharted so that I can have someone to go, is this good?
yeah, because I've only watched some things on YouTube of Uncharted gameplay and stuff, but yeah, what do you think of Tom Holland as young Drake there? See, he's not actually fully grown Drake. I think that's his name, Nathan Drake. Yeah,
I think it's fine. I'm not quite on the train of if you recreate something, you have to recreate it perfectly. Like that's just not something that I am like. I'll watch the movie and I'll go, eh. But it's the same as like Pedro Pascal doing the Last of Us show. He doesn't look quite like Joel from The Last of Us, but
yeah.
he'll be great in it. And I don't need it to be like a pixel
He's a great
perfect.
actor. Yeah, yeah.
So look, the action looked cool in the trailer. We'll see if the story stands up. Okay, but we've got in January 28, we get Morbius from Marvel.
That looks cool.
I've already watched that trailer like 8 times. It looks great, like really good. But who knows? Sometimes trailers are amazing editing masterpieces that don't reflect the movie at all. So
and it also seems to be in this weird, just a quick little thing. It seems to be in this weird stage, like Morbius is both in the Fox universe as well as in the MCU, which is weird. Yeah. So I think that gives more credence to everything's gonna get fairly screwed up this December, with all the storylines converging.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I guess from like a point of view of logic, we're not going to get Morbius or Vulture in No Way Home.
Yeah.
Because the movie happens, like the movie's coming out after. And I know that doesn't mean they can't, like this will be happening before Morbius or whatever. But I just can't see them releasing them this way. Like, I feel like they've deliberately released the second Venom so that it gets people excited about No Way Home. And also it doesn't make sense that if that's Morbius is happening after, he's in jail there, the Vulture, like in that trailer.
Yeah.
So he's still in jail. So I can't see him being like but anyway, maybe in a different Marvel movie we'll get some crossover with Morbius. That'd be exciting.
Yeah, that'd be fun. And yeah, they're just getting high budget actors in. Hey, like they've got the top of the line. I reckon they've got the top of the line filmmaking anything. Like mostly every Marvel film has top of the line just think of like how many CGI artists are working just for Marvel and Disney, like that part there, and all the set designers and props and all this makeup. They probably have the best of the best there. So I reckon
it's
gonna
on
be
par
quality.
with Star Wars, which
Oh,
obviously
definitely.
they're now under the same top umbrella, so that's probably why. But still, even like before Disney acquired, when did Disney acquire Marvel? That wasn't that recent, was it?
Was it 2016, 2017?
Yeah, something like that. So it's like
Yeah.
the quality was still amazing before then, but now you're getting Disney money like behind the films.
Like
Also,
major.
new movie coming out that I am very keen for is the John Wick Chapter 4.
Oh, is that coming out?
Well, the date I've got here is May 27th of next year, so it's still a wait.
Cool. Yeah.
But I'd rather like the other ones, they get them well polished before they release them.
Oh, I love John Wick. Hey, like I love that they actually combine actual martial arts and actual gunplay. Like, have you seen the behind the scenes with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
mate,
that's awesome.
so good.
He gives his all to those characters, which I think kind of makes those movies better. Just in the interest of time, we've also got in June next year, we get the new Jurassic World, which I'm obviously very excited about. I'm a Jurassic Park fan. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the franchise, seeing the dinosaurs are now out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I can't see this being a traditional Jurassic Park movie. I feel like they might get a little bit like environmental with this movie.
As in, like, there's going to be a big environmental message in it?
Well, I feel like it'll be like, how can you kill these things or not support these things? These are part of the living world, like now, and that, Dominion, like in the title, like it's the dinosaurs are going to take over. In July, we're getting the new Thor, Love and Thunder.
Oh, that's right. When?
So that'll be
like
exciting.
what day specifically? Because that might be a little
July
birthday.
8th.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Sweet.
That might get pushed for Australian audiences. We get the new Fantastic Beasts in July 15. I haven't seen any Harry Potter or Fantastic Beasts, so I'm not that, whatever.
Yeah, it goes all right.
I also feel a little bit angry about Johnny Depp being recast.
Did he get recast? Oh,
yeah, his character's
Amber
completely
Heard.
recast.
Oh.
So it's now Mads Mikkelsen, who played Hannibal, and he was in Doctor Strange. He was the bad guy in the original Doctor Strange.
Amber Heard, man. Like, what the frick?
It gives me great fears as one of my favorite franchises of all time is Pirates of the Caribbean. Obviously, he'll never get put in that movie now if he's been blacklisted from everything else. So if they do a Pirates of the Caribbean and recast Jack Sparrow or just do one without him, I'll be livid. So I'll put that on the record now. Also very exciting. We get another Mission Impossible in September next year. I love those films. Like, I just get so. Another Black Panther in November of next year. It looks like.
True.
I would love to see. I've said this already on this podcast. I'd love to see Killmonger come back in this movie.
Oh yeah, like you reckon? Oh, there could be a chance if you've seen What If.
I haven't, but I.
Okay, sorry.
No, but I obviously I know that he's in that episode. He's in that episode where he saves Stark, doesn't he? In that episode.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
I might I think I'm gonna read a summary of the What If show because I don't know if I'm that passionate to actually watch the show. So I might just
to be honest, Joel, give it a watch. I think it's just at least the animation is great. You'll enjoy it, I think. And there's just some funny bits as well, and yeah, it's good. It's a good time.
It's and the last one will just before we end. The second Avatar is supposed to come out in December next year.
Oh yes.
I mean, it's only been 13 years, James Cameron. What have you been doing, man?
Yeah, I loved that movie though. I thought that was a great movie.
The original.
Yeah, the original Avatar. Yeah.
Great film. And again, ahead of its time, one of those movies that will be referred to as a classic. I don't get people who don't like Avatar. When people are like, yeah, Avatar was okay. I was like, did you watch the same movie as me?
Yeah. I remember watching it in cinemas, and they had the niche like 3D glasses. And yeah, I remember just being blown away by that. That was great. That was awesome.
Yeah, 3D is gross and disgusting, and it should go away. Nah, it's good for certain stuff. Like certain stuff, I would see in 3D. But
yeah.
I'm not going to watch a Marvel movie in 3D or Star Wars.
Yeah, a lot of TVs now are just like, oh no, 3D. We can't be bothered putting that technology in it. Nobody uses it. Okay, well,
all right, we better wrap up this episode. It's been a bit of an all over the place shotgun approach, but we love it. So you better love it too. And if you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do. Supports us.
Please do it. Otherwise, you're just kind of bad. You're kind of trash, you know? If you really think about it.
Yeah, you are trash. Ryan is saying you are the trash, and be taken out, like, please.
Human trash. Anyways, thank you.
Goodbye,
for listening.
trash.
Yeah, goodbye, trash, and people who aren't trash because they've liked and subscribed.
You guys are gems, and we love you.
That is correct. All right, salutations. Goodbye.
Salutations.